In this Stencil Basics video, we're going to show you how to finish off your stenciled walls like a pro. Many of our all-over stencil patterns come with a free ceiling filler stencil element that allows you to finish the design easily right into the edge of the ceiling. First, complete the overall wall stenciling according to the instructions that come in your stencil package. Run a piece of low-tack painter's tape along the ceiling line in the area you are going to stencil. Place the ceiling filler by aligning the window registration marks to the previous wall stenciling. Secure it in place using fresh painter's tape. Use a stencil brush or roller to paint in as close to the ceiling line as possible. Then use your free hand to push the stencil into the ceiling corner as much as you can, and stencil into the ceiling corner with a small stencil brush. Fix any necessary touch-ups using the base paint color and a small artist brush. If you wish, you can cut away the 1/2 inch of stencil mylar that's at the top of the ceiling filler. Measure the gap between your pattern and your ceiling line and trace a straight line using the ruler. Cut the stencil following the line you just traced. Place your cut ceiling filler following the registration marks and stencil the design up into the ceiling corner. This method for stenciling into corners works well whether you are stenciling just a feature wall or continuing the pattern around onto the next wall. Use good quality painter's tape to mask off the adjacent wall to the wall that you are stenciling to protect it. Place your stencil repeat following the window registration marks. Secure the stencil in place using fresh painter's tape. You want to make sure it doesn't slip. Tape the stencil only to the wall that you are stenciling on. Leave the part of the stencil that covers the adjacent wall hanging loose. Use your roller to stencil as you normally would and try to get as close to the edge of the wall as possible. Then use a small stencil brush to stencil the areas you couldn't reach with the roller. Push the stencil tight into the corner of the wall while stenciling with your free hand. Remove the stencil and painter's tape to reveal a clean stenciled edge. If you're continuing to the next wall, you can move the tape to that wall you just stenciled and pick up the pattern from there, starting from the other side. When you reach the baseboard or floor line of your wall, use your painter's tape to protect the baseboard or the floor line. Secure your stencil to the wall following the registration marks. Leave the part of the stencil that is covering the baseboard or floor hanging free, and use your foam roller or brush to stencil, trying to get as close to the edge as possible. Again, use your free hand to push the stencil into the edge and complete the stenciling with a small stencil brush.